12 insane future concept cars you must see. Concept cars have always been an excellent testbed for automakers, car aficionados, and collectors from all over the world, allowing them to gauge customer perception and response to the new or radical automotive designs they would consider for future production and concept cars. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and make sure you stick around and watch till the end of this video, and get to learn how concept cars allows automakers to challenge the boundaries of technology and reality, as well as generate excitement for enthusiasts, car aficionados, and collectors. These are the 12 insane future concept cars you must see. Aston Martin Lagonda Vision. Lagonda aims to be the world's first zero-emission luxury brand. It will confound traditional thinking and take full advantage of the latest advances in electrification and autonomous driving technologies, which amount to the biggest revolution in land-bound transportation since the invention of the car. Lagonda will show how true luxury and modern design, far from being diametrically opposed interests, can exist in total harmony and enhance each other's most desirable characteristics. The Lagonda Vision concept is a near-future study that previews the design language that could potentially be seen in production Lagonda models as soon as 2025. Alongside the new concept, two 40% scale models will be displayed, one coupe concept and one SUV concept, to illustrate how the Lagonda design language could be adapted for the future. The Lagonda Vision concept is an incredibly bold design statement. The electrification revolution means there is no longer any need for horse and carriage design, and our new concept shows the scope of design opportunities that open up once you no longer need to provide space for a large power source directly in front of the passenger compartment. In the Lagonda Vision concept, the batteries occupy the floor of the car. The Vision concept showcases Lagonda design ingenuity. Both far shorter and lower than traditional limousines, the exceptional space efficiency that has been achieved by its radical design means there is room inside for 4 adults, each of 2 meters height or more, to stretch out in luxurious comfort. For the interior, Reichmann and his team took further delight in defying convention, turning to the most traditional of households for the most visionary thinking. How do you create a cabin that is at once unlike any other, capable of achieving a new level of luxury both in look and feel while staying true to Lagonda's forward-thinking vision? For me, there was only one man for the job. The work of renowned English craftsman David Snowden has fascinated Reichmann for years. His ability to marry materials, some very modern, others very established in ways that are never predictable, held the key to the interior of the Lagonda Vision concept. The car has been the greatest liberating force humankind has invented, and at the time the journey was as important as the destination. All that has been lost over the last 100 years. Wherever you are in a Lagonda, whatever the journey and whichever seat you occupy, it will reintroduce you to the wonder of travel. BMW iX Slow. Digitization is delivering an integrated user experience characterized by individuality and emotionalization in the interior of current BMW models. The My modes allow the driver to tailor the atmosphere in the interior entirely to their personal mood and the driving experience they want. With the BMW iX Flow featuring e-ink was presented on the occasion of CES 2022, the Munich-based premium car manufacturer is offering the prospect of a future technology that uses digitization to also adapt the exterior of a vehicle to different situations and individual wishes. The surface of the BMW iX Flow featuring e-ink can vary its shade at the driver's prompting. Digital experiences won't just be limited to displays in the future. There will be more and more melding of the real and virtual. With the BMW iX Flow, they are bringing the car body to life. The fluid color changes are made possible by a specially developed body wrap that is tailored precisely to the contours of the all-electric sports activity vehicle from BMW. When stimulated by electrical signals, the electrophoretic technology brings different color pigments to the surface, causing the body skin to take on the desired coloration. The BMW iX Flow is an advanced research and design project, and a great example of the forward thinking that BMW is known for. The innovative e-ink technology opens completely new ways of changing the vehicle's appearance in line with the driver's aesthetic preferences, the environmental conditions, or even functional requirements. The technology thus offers unprecedented potential for personalization in the area of exterior design. The BMW iX Flow featuring e-ink demonstrates this potential to impressive effect. Against this background, the BMW Group is driving the development of the technology so that a new form of personalization can be experienced, both on the outside and in the inside of future production vehicles. Already today, the color chosen for a car is an expression of the driver's personality. The choice of exterior paints available for current BMW models covers a wide color spectrum. In this way, the longing for a wildly expressive, extravagant, or sporty appearance on the outside can be taken into account, as well as the desire for an understated, subtle or elegant appearance. New variants are added each year that reflect the characteristics of the model in question, and that allow the brand to keep setting trends in the area of exterior design. New technologies will provide a whole new level of decision-making freedom in the future. Audi Skysphere concept. The Audi Skysphere concept is a fascinating symbiosis of design and experience, and it was shaped by virtual as well as physical interaction between the designers and developers in Ingolstadt and the Audi Design Loft in Malibu, California. Now, the celebration of progress brings both worlds together. The Audi Skysphere concept shows how the brand is redefining luxury in the future. It's no longer just about driving. The concept car was designed with the clear objective of offering its occupants captivating and world-class experiences. To give passengers the maximum amount of freedom, the Audi Skysphere concept was designed for two different driving experiences, a grand touring experience and a sports experience. This makes use of a spectacular technical detail, the variable wheelbase. Electric motors and a sophisticated mechanism with body and frame components that slide into one another make it possible to vary the wheelbase itself and the exterior length of the car by 250 mm. At the same time, the vehicle's ground clearance is adjusted by 10 mm to enhance comfort and driving dynamics. With the touch of button, the driver will take advantage of their freedom and choose their own driving experience. Either they pilot their 4.94-meter-long e-Roadster themselves in sports mode with a reduced wheelbase, while the rear-wheel steering ensures that the vehicle remains extremely agile despite its dimensions. Or they will choose to be chauffeured around in a 5.19-meter GT in the autonomous Grand Touring driving mode while enjoying the sky and the scenery, maximum legroom, and the services offered by a seamlessly integrated digital ecosystem. The wheelbase's extension and contraction are perfectly synchronized with the interior, where a lot happens when changing the driving configuration. In Grand Touring mode to the power of one with the long wheelbase, the driver's seat basically becomes another passenger seat to the power of one, allowing the occupant to sit back and watch as the car drives itself. However, the real magic happens when the Audi Skysphere to the power of one morphs to a short wheelbase. The wheelbase's contraction moves the steering wheel and all elements needed for driving, such as the pedals, closer to the driver in a seamless and natural way. At the same time, the right-hand seat slides back so that, as the driver, you no longer have that somewhat constricted perspective of two adjacent seats, but rather a wholly different driving experience. What you will really love about the Audi Skysphere is that it marries a speedster's aerodynamic looks with the practicality of a shooting brake. This is very much in keeping with the Audi philosophy: no compromises when it comes to practicality. Of course, this is an electric vehicle, so there is no engine beneath the hood. Instead, there's a luggage compartment big enough to accommodate 2 golf bags. Mercedes Vision EQ Silver Arrow. The one-seater vehicle is also an homage to the successful record-breaking W125 car from 1937. The paintwork in alubeam silver is reminiscent of the historic Silver Arrows, which, for weight reasons, did not have a white paint layer. The interior is dominated by traditional, high-quality materials such as genuine leather, polished aluminium and solid walnut. The digital cockpit, meanwhile, points directly into the future. It includes a curved panoramic screen with back projection, as well as a touch screen integrated into the steering wheel. With its clear, seamless design, the design idiom of the Vision EQ Silver Arrow is a brand-specific embodiment of the design philosophy of sensual purity. The streamlined silhouette of the approximately 5.3-meter long and approximately 1-meter shallow one-seater vehicle is slender yet sensuous. The show car's body structure is made of carbon fiber. The multiple layers of paintwork in alubeam silver appear like liquid metal over the top. This concept represents the design polar opposites of hot and cool. Functional attachment parts made of carbon fiber, such as the front splitter, epitomize the cool and rational aspect of this philosophy. The same applies to the front trim designed as a display, as well as the continuous lighting strip at the front. The side skirts also feature a lighting strip, and the large, recessed EQ lettering in front of the rear wheels is illuminated blue, as is characteristic of the brand. The interior of the Vision EQ Silver Arrow represents the values of progressive luxury. The design idiom combines timeless aesthetic appeal with futuristic visions. When the driver's cockpit is folded forwards, it provides a view of the surprisingly wide interior. A contrast brings it to life. On the one hand, it uses traditional, high-quality materials. These include saddle brown genuine leather on the seat and steering wheel, polished aluminium throughout the interior, and solid walnut with darker coniferous wood pinstripes on the floor. The driver of the Vision EQ Silver Arrow is encompassed by a large panoramic screen on which a 3D image of the surroundings is projected from behind. As a pointer to future possible charging technologies, the lane of the roadway on which inductive charging is possible is superimposed onto the screen. With the help of artificial intelligence, it is possible to engage in a virtual race against historic or present Silver Arrow racing cars. For this, a virtual racetrack is superimposed onto the real roadway on the panoramic screen, and the driver sees their opponent, either ahead of them or behind them, as a ghost. Cadillac InterSpace. InterSpace is a dramatic two-passenger coupe designed to offer travelers a moment of genuine respite in an always-on world. This is the pinnacle of autonomous luxury travel. Dramatically proportioned and framed by Cadillac's vertical light signature along the roof rails, InterSpace answers the desire to be seen in something beautiful. Meanwhile, expansive glass openings allow passengers a view on almost all sides. Inside, travelers are treated to an opulent cabin with 3 different theme options: AR engagement, entertainment, and recovery. Cadillac InterSpace comes with strategically placed Ultium battery modules, allow for a low-profile floor and more comfortable seated position, perfect for viewing the panoramic screen. Meanwhile, full autonomy and biometric tracking create a relaxed, tailored interior experience. To create a wellness experience backed by science and research, InterSpace uses biometric sensors to measure passenger vitals and recommends the appropriate setting for sound, scent, and light. Cadillac InterSpace has an immersive 360-degree sound profile, developed to enhance well-being, employs healing tones and meditation modes. Even the tires mitigate noise at the source, contributing to sonic solace. In conjunction with sound, InterSpace incorporates the finest quality essential oils in for signature scents, each promoting a unique area of wellness. Lastly, interior lighting adapts and harmonizes to the desired experience, resulting in a truly tailored ambience. InterSpace wraparound SMD LED screen immerses occupants in the world around them. It's also built on biometric input, so passengers remain keenly involved in their own experience. An expansive stretch of glass reaches across InterSpace roof and part of its body sides, offering almost unimpeded views above and on either side. InterSpace roof and doors open as one, while driver and passenger seats pivot outward to allow for more comfortable entry and exit. Working in tandem with the scalloped cutaway floor, every moment has been thoughtfully considered. Cadillac InterSpace completes the vision for an enriching, autonomous future for all passengers. DSX E-Tense. DSX E-Tense is a car that's as light as a feather and as silent as a breeze, forged by its creator's vision, for people who are passionate about cars. Imagining a dream car for 2035 led DS Automobiles to create an asymmetric, 3-seat concept founded on a unique association of 2 vehicles in one that allows owners to select the driving mode that matches their need at any given moment. Due to new technology, the vehicle body is capable of recovering its original form after an impact, while the configuration of the front grille and DSX E-Tense's cooling capacity adapt to the driver's impulses. Owing to DS Light Veil light curtains, the light's brightness is controlled by a function to adjust based the requirements of the occupants, the car, and its surroundings. The cockpit is accessed by an e-tray door that is trimmed with a carbon fiber leather weave. Inevitably, the eyes are drawn to the pyramidal architecture of the single seat, which adapts perfectly to the driver's build like the fitted seats seen in motor racing. The steering wheel, meanwhile, in keeping with the symbol it has always represented vis-a-vis the passion for automobiles, is an enticing combination of leather, wood, and metal. The two-tone Millennium Blue and Navy Blue aniline leather is finished with DS's trademark pearl top-stitch pattern. These appointments alone contribute to the promise of a unique experience once installed inside the cockpit, and provide the driver with an adrenaline rush even before they pull away. Climb into the cocoon part of the interior via the gull-wing door, and the driver, alone or accompanied, becomes a passenger. This asymmetric layout frees up a different type of space underneath the clear glass canopy, with the passenger enclosed in a sensuous capsule, snug in a ventilated, massaging seat that stretches back like a deployed bird's wing, with a feather star motif crowning the top of the back. Traveling with the autonomous mode engaged is an exceptional experience, as other senses than touch come into play. The interior space is an immersive acoustic bubble dedicated to the pleasure of listening, signed Focal. The dashboard reinvents itself into a generator of musical flow. Sound beams adjusted in real time follow the listener by adapting to each of his movements. Automotive Meta Materials HUD. The first rule of safe driving is, keep your eyes on the road. And yet the cockpit layout of a typical car requires that drivers draw their eyes away from the road to collect important information on speed, fuel state, navigation guidance, and environmental settings. This conflict between road and vehicle systems awareness increases the risk of driver distraction and decreases reaction time. In the aviation industry, this danger was recognized early and addressed by the introduction of the head-up display HUD, which allowed information to be displayed within the pilot's field of view. That same technology is now available to consumers for automotive applications. The key benefit of the HUD is that it communicates critical vehicle information to the driver, while at the same time allowing the driver to keep their eyes on the road ahead. At a physiological level, using a HUD means that the driver's eyes do not have to adjust to different brightness and focal plane conditions when switching their gaze from the road, bright and distant, to an instrument cluster, dark and near. Use of a HUD improves the driver's reaction time to hazards because vision remains attentive to where the hazards occur, the road outside the car. A HUD improves situational awareness and offers what has come to be known as the eyes-on-road benefit. At Meta, they fabricate holographic optical combiners that serve as the key component in the optical system that makes up our HUD. The combiner superimposes light from the projector system onto light from the outside world. The combiner must fulfill the paradoxical requirements of being highly transparent to minimize impact on light from the road, while at the same time being highly reflective to maximize the coupling efficiency of the projector. We achieve these requirements with large area holographic gratings with carefully controlled spectral selectivity and diffraction efficiency. The gratings can be made active for one or more wavelengths of light, so full-color displays are possible. Because the gratings diffract anomalously, the geometry of the optical path is not constrained by the angle of the windshield. And because they are thin and transparent, the combiners can be installed as aftermarket devices, factory-installed discrete components, or integrated directly into the front windshield. Bentley EXP 100 GT. On the 10th of July 2019, 100 years to the day after the Bentley brand was founded, they unveiled a new approach for the future of extraordinary journeys. To bring this vision to life, they created a radical new concept car. The Bentley EXP 100 GT explores how grand touring could look in 2035. Inspired by the elements of travel, the light above you, the air around you and the earth beneath you, it is designed to stimulate all the senses to enhance the well-being of everyone who travels in it. Bentley's vision for the future starts by creating spaces that make every journey extraordinary. This is immediately apparent in the design of the Bentley EXP 100 GT. Its 5.8-meter body has a dramatic new face, while 2-meter wide doors open upwards to create a real sense of arrival. The interior takes Bentley craftsmanship in a new direction by seamlessly fusing sustainable materials with technology. It incorporates new directions being explored by Bentley, including the use of light in creating a wellness-enriching environment and adaptable biometric seating that adds to the feeling of well-being. The future of Bentley innovation is all about balance. They believe it should nurture both the individual and the world around them. To enhance a feeling of well-being, the EXP 100 GT uses air curation to bring in fragrances from the natural world while keeping city pollution out. Intelligent technology is also designed to disappear from view when you want a more mindful experience. Grand touring has always been at the heart of what Bentley stands for, and always will be. The EXP 100 GT showcases a future that offers fully autonomous electric driving alongside the ability to take the wheel and enjoy the exhilarating performance that is an essential part of the Bentley DNA. It also explores the idea of using artificial intelligence to curate your journey according to your preferences, with a choice of 4 modes. Capture and relive modes can store and replay the sights and sounds you experience. Enhance mode optimizes the driver's capabilities, and cocoon mode creates a tranquil space. The Bentley EXP 100 GT is a concept car that was created to explore every aspect of the future of grand touring, including the use of wood. Taking our sustainable sourcing to a new level, we worked with bog oak specialists Aston and Lowe in Kent to reclaim fossilized oak that had been lying in peat bogs for centuries. To enhance its natural beauty, we filled the open grain, knots and cracks of the wood with recycled copper, in a process inspired by the Japanese art of kintsugi. The resulting copper-infused riverwood adds to the inspiring tranquility of the cabin. As Bentley moves into its second century, their commitment to sourcing high-quality, sustainable materials is as strong as ever. They will continue to combine the fine leather, wood and metal for which Bentley is renowned with innovative new materials and finishes, to create cars that provide refined comfort in a tranquil space. Hyundai Elevate. Hyundai is looking away beyond a chassis, 4 wheels and a combustion engine, electric motor or hydrogen fuel cell. Indeed, the company is already looking at even more radical versions of transportation to change the way we move for the better. Cradle is Hyundai's hub for startup collaboration, venture capital, and technical and conceptual innovation and development. Its offices in Silicon Valley, Tel Aviv, Berlin, and Beijing are a hotbed for startups specializing in everything from artificial intuition and image sensors, to public transport apps and facial and speech recognition. The Cradle team asked themselves, what would a vehicle be like if it could walk, and, more importantly, would anyone benefit? The resulting concept, created in conjunction with industrial design firm Sundberg Farrar, is called Elevate, an electric car with robotic legs. Elevate, popularly known as the walking car, pushes the boundaries of what we currently call a vehicle. Complex multi-joint legs, inspired by those of a grasshopper, give this walking car the ability to climb steps, lift itself above flowing water, or even jump over gaps. As the Hyundai research team examined the potential use cases for Elevate, they realized that it could deliver the company's vision of a future where people had freedom of mobility. Elevate could play a role in rural exploration, construction, or even disaster relief, by allowing rescue teams to reach areas where traditional roads have been compromised. It could also offer wheelchair users an easier route to transport by climbing the steps to a house or building. The Elevate vehicle is a physical expression of freedom of mobility, a concept that Hyundai believes should be a universal right. For example, even physical movement can be a challenge for some people. To address this, the firm is developing its wearable HMEX exoskeletons. Aimed at helping paraplegics and elderly people, the robotic medical device can support up to 40 kilograms of the wearer's weight, and can potentially grant movement to those with spinal injuries or muscle issues. Focusing on the mobility of the human body allows Hyundai to consider a variety of life experiences and situations where mobility, or the lack of it, can have an impact. If an elderly woman has difficulty reaching the nearest bus stop, it may discourage her from visiting the doctor regularly until she becomes seriously ill. It may seem counterintuitive that Hyundai, traditionally a car-making company, is experimenting with and developing these new solutions. Audi AI Trail Quattro. Audi presented its concept car Audi AI Trail at the IAA 2019. The car combines futuristic design with autonomous driving, electric mobility, and a special connection to nature. Nighttime in a dark, Scandinavian forest. It is silent, only a quiet rustling can be heard from time to time in the undergrowth. Suddenly, a quiet hum vibrates the air, and glowing dots appear between the trees. Fireflies? The points of light come closer, the noise gets louder. Those aren't fireflies, they're drones. And a car follows behind them. It's the Audi AI Trail. The first thing you notice is the car's body, whose shape is reminiscent of a diamond and which is made entirely of glass. Like a helicopter cabin, it gives the passengers a panorama view of the surrounding nature, be it a Scandinavian forest like we have now, a desert sandscape, or a rustically romantic canyon. This maximized transparency gives passengers a close connection to the outside world, while still allowing them to feel protected from its dangers. It's perfect for off-road use. In fact, that's what the entire design concept is based on. The color of the AI trail should be fittingly reminiscent of the North European wilderness, the unique silvery light of Scandinavia, and the blue shading of the northern seas. But, with a length of 4.15 meters and a height of 1.67 meters, the concept car is relatively compact. The Audi AI Trail's single-frame grille serves as more than just a brand element that ties the 2019 concept car with the brand's previous cars. The single frame also serves to tie the exterior to the interior of the electric car. It's easy to see that the Audi concept car is designed for use on rough terrain. The Quattro drive has become a design element. Eye-catching tires with visible technical elements give the car a good grip on the damp forest floor. They provide the link between the Quattro drive and the car's body. The low center of gravity, created by placing the battery in the underbody and using for electric motors, shows off the Quattro of the future. We want to get around quietly and without emissions, to protect the environment. The driver can choose autonomous driving level 3, on forest roads, or 4, on paved streets. On rough terrain, though, the driver still needs to drive. This lets drivers either concentrate on nature with all of their senses, or enjoy a special blend of the feeling behind the wheel and the outdoor experience, in the truest sense of the word. The interior of the Audi AI Trail already made waves at the IAA 2019. Rather than rear passenger seats, the car is outfitted with 2 hanging chairs that work according to the same principle as a hammock. And, as if this weren't unusual enough, passengers can easily remove the hanging chair and bring it with them. This way, Audi accompanies the driver on his entire trip, whether in the car or on the hiking trail. The outdoor theme carries over into the entire interior of the electric car. The grab handles are made of climbing rope that is knotted using macrame techniques. And the functionality is essential. The armrests, for example, are treated with an antibacterial, dirt-repellent coating. Gadgets like portable water bottles and light objects with a flashlight feature can be used on trips outside of the car. The Light Companion can scan the path and ensure that the hiker finds their way back safely. Canoo Vehicles. Canoo Vehicles are American-made commercial electric vehicles built on the company's proprietary multi-purpose platform, MPP architecture with modular configurations for a wide range of use cases, and are a perfect complement to Kingbee's focus on customized fleets for small business owners. Canoo provides most of the vehicle service, maintenance and updates over the air, which decreases vehicle downtime and increases ROI for fleet operators. Designed and engineered with the driver in mind, Canoo Vehicles feature a panoramic front window to improve road visibility and utilize true steer-by-wire technology, resulting in more usable interior space and better driver ergonomics. Feedback from our recent real-world deliveries confirmed the superior user experience, based on ride and in-cabin comfort, road visibility and maneuverability, as well as unprecedented user ergonomics, resulting in an overall lower daily stress level on the worker's well-being. Canoo's mission is to bring EVs to everyone. The company has developed breakthrough electric vehicles that are reinventing the automotive landscape with bold innovations in design, pioneering technologies, and a unique business model that spans the full life cycle of the vehicle. Distinguished by its experienced team from leading technology and automotive companies, Canoo has designed a modular electric platform purpose, built to deliver maximum vehicle interior space that is customizable across all owners in the vehicle life cycle to support a wide range of vehicle applications for consumers and businesses. Canoo has teams in California, Texas, Michigan, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Mercedes-Benz Vision AVTR. The name of the groundbreaking concept vehicle stands not only for the close collaboration in developing the show car together with the Avatar team, but also for advanced vehicle transformation. This concept vehicle embodies the vision of Mercedes-Benz designers, engineers, and trend researchers for mobility in the distant future. With its 4 high-performance and near-wheel-built electric motors, the Vision AVTR embodies a particularly agile implementation of the vision of a dynamic luxury saloon. With a combined engine power of more than 350 kilowatts, the Vision AVTR sets a new benchmark for EQ power. Thanks to the intelligent and fully variable torque distribution, the power of the 4 fully individually controllable motors is not only managed in the best possible way in terms of driving dynamics, but above all in a highly efficient manner. The innovative all-wheel drive with torque vectoring enables completely new freedoms and guarantees driving dynamics at the highest level, while at the same time providing the best possible active safety. This means that each wheel can be driven separately and depending on the driving situation. Due to the possibility to drive the front and rear axles simultaneously or in opposite ways, the Vision AVTR can move sideways by approximate 30 degrees, in contrast to conventional vehicles. The so-called crab movement gives the concept vehicle a reptile-like appearance even in its movement. The Vision AVTR was designed in line with its innovative electric drive. This is based on a particularly powerful and compact high-voltage battery. For the first time, the revolutionary battery technology is based on graphene-based organic cell chemistry and thus completely eliminates rare, toxic and expensive earths such as metals. Electromobility thus becomes independent of fossil resources. An absolute revolution is also the recyclability by composting, which is 100% recyclable due to the materiality. As a result, Mercedes-Benz underlines the high relevance of a future circular economy in the raw materials sector. In addition to an exponentially high energy density, compared to today's battery systems with up to 1,200 Wh a litre, the technology also impresses with its exceptional fast charging capability via automated, conductive charging technology. This means that the battery will be fully recharging in less than 15 minutes. The innovative technology also allows maximum flexibility with regard to the construction space. With a local minimum of 94 mm, the battery adapts ideally to the shared space vehicle concept, thus maximizing the multifunctional interior. With a capacity of around 110 kWh, the Vision AVTR enables an electric range of more than 700 km. By recuperating during rollout and braking, the high-voltage battery can be recharged with a higher efficiency than established systems while driving, and thus contributes to the high energy efficiency of the overall system. At Mercedes-Benz, the consideration of efficiency goes far beyond the drive concept, because with increasing digitalization, the performance of the large number of so-called secondary consumers also comes into focus, along with their efficient energy supply, without negatively affecting the drive power of the vehicle itself. Energy consumption per computing operation is already a key target in the development of new computer chips. This trend will continue in the coming years with the growth of sensors and artificial intelligence in the automotive industry. The neuro-inspired approach of the Vision AVTR, including so-called neuromorphic hardware, promises to minimize the energy requirements of sensors, chips and other components to a few watts. Their energy supply is provided by the cached current of the integrated solar plates on the back of the Vision AVTR. The 33 multi-directionally movable surface elements act as bionic flaps. For the first time, Mercedes-Benz has worked with a completely new design approach in the design of the Vision AVTR. The holistic concept combines the design disciplines interior, exterior, and UX from the first sketch. Man and human perception are the starting point of a design process from the inside out. The design process begins with the experience of the passengers and consciously focuses on the perception and needs of the passengers. The Vision AVTR already responds to the approach of the passengers by visualizing the energy and information flow of the environment with digital neurons that flow through the grille through the wheels to the rear area. The first interaction in the interior between man and vehicle happens completely intuitively via the control unit. By placing the hand on the center console, the interior comes to life and the vehicle recognizes the driver by his breathing. This is made visible on the instrument panel and on the user's hand. The Vision AVTR thus establishes a biometric connection with the driver and increases his awareness of the environment. The digital neurons flow from the interior into the exterior and visualize the flow of energy and information. For example, when driving, the neurons flow over the outside of the vehicle. When changing direction, the energy flows to the corresponding side of the vehicle. When the boundaries between vehicle and living beings are lifted, Mercedes-Benz combines luxury and sustainability and works to make the vehicles as resource-saving as possible. With the Vision AVTR, the brand is now showing how a vehicle can blend harmoniously into its environment and communicate with it. In the ecosystem of the future, the ultimate luxury is the fusion of human and nature with the help of technology. The Vision AVTR is thus an example of sustainable luxury in the field of design. As soon as you get in, The car becomes an extension of your own body, and a tool to discover the environment, much as in the film humans can use avatars to extend and expand their abilities. Conclusion. In the future, people will prefer more diverse and practical mobility solutions than just buying a car, so we must actively develop transportation solutions for the future, not the past. The most curious and forward-minded motoring enthusiasts look forward to concept cars as guides for what the motoring landscape could look like in the future. It has been an easy ride. If you believe there is a concept car we left out on our list, please leave a comment below and we might include it in our next video. Thank you for watching. Stay dangerous out there. And see you soon.